I'm Chef Prithia Mistry. My food is a combination of my Indian heritage, my time in London, and produce of California. Today we're going to be making methi chicken. Methi is the Hindi word for fenugreek, an herb used in a lot of Chinese medicine, and something that is not as well known in the United States. You can find fenugreek in a lot of different forms. I have the dried seeds here. You can also get it frozen, but today we're going to use these fresh herbs to make our chicken curry. So the marinade is pretty simple. We're going to start with some garlic. Just use a microplane zester like this. This way we get it really into like a fine, pulpy sort of mince. The same thing with the ginger. We're going to run it through the microplane zester. All right, the next thing we're going to put in here is turmeric. I use a single origin fair trade turmeric imported from India. It's called Diaspora Co. Really strong flavor. Wow, yeah, it's really strong. So that means a little goes a long way. So we're just gonna use like half a teaspoon. And then finally, we're going to use some garam masala. Masala just means a blend or a mixture of spices. So the first spice we have is coriander. Whole coriander, nice and citrusy. And then we have cumin, very nutty. A little bit of fennel. And green cardamom. Most of you know green cardamom. Another ingredient that we have in this is black cardamom. Black cardamom is dried over hot charcoal. And so it has this amazing smoky flavor that comes through. Next we have a little bit of cinnamon. I like to use big sticks like this. You always want to use whole cinnamon sticks. And then we have whole black peppercorns. These are just your basic Telecheri black pepper. And dry red chilies. I use chili de arbol, something of a medium-high spice level. It works well. I roasted these spices and then ground them. And then this is what we have here. Here's your garam masala. It's that easy. So I'm gonna go ahead and add just like a tablespoon. And then finally, to bring the whole marinade together, a little bit of yogurt. And this is just full fat, whole plain yogurt. And we'll put a pinch of salt. And now to add the chicken. I'm gonna go ahead and take these 2 chicken legs. You could use boneless if you wanted. I like to use the bone, it keeps it extra juicy. But what I am gonna do is take off the skin. We're just gonna braise these, and the skin is just gonna get all floppy, and we don't really want that. So we're gonna go ahead and mix all of this together. So we really wanna like massage that flavor into the chicken. There's no point in putting all of this stuff in here if it doesn't really get into the chicken. If you don't want to get your hands all messy, you can also marinate the chicken in a large freezer bag. And the awesome thing about that is when you marinate it in here, you can also just kind of move it around and make sure that you get all the flavor on all of the chicken. We're gonna put it in the fridge for about 3 hours. You could go overnight. I wouldn't go more than 12 hours. The yogurt is a live culture and it will start to basically like cook your chicken. And from here, we're gonna start building the sauce that we're gonna braise the chicken in. First, we're gonna start with a yellow onion and some butter. Put half a stick of butter in there. And I'm gonna julienne this onion and bell pepper. And again, we're just gonna do a simple julienne. You can see how easy that is when you're using this serrated knife. So this is sort of the base of our sauce. Salt. And while that's starting to soften, we're gonna get to the aromatics. I've got a serrano chili here. To me, the holy trinity of Indian cuisine is like onions, ginger, and heat, some kind of heat. Fresh chilies, dried chilies, more ginger, and garlic. All right, we have all of our aromatics in here, and it's starting to smell so amazing. Whew. We're gonna add some garam masala. Wow, now it's smelling a little intense. And we're also gonna add another spice blend called Dana Jiru. Dana Jiru is literally coriander and cumin in a 3-to-1 ratio. I also like a little of the Diaspora turmeric, like half a teaspoon. A little goes a long way when it's so strong. Finally, the fenugreek leaves we talked about. So this is what's really gonna give it its intense flavor. We built all these aromatics, all of this spice, and then this is the floral herbaceous note that's gonna really make the curry. So you could probably see now that the bottom of the pot is getting super brown and caramelized. It's not burning, but it's really picking up a lot of caramelization, and we wanna release all of that flavor from the bottom of the pot. So we're gonna use the tomatoes. I like to use either fresh tomatoes in the summertime, like an Early Girl or a San Marzano. In the winter, an organic whole or diced tomato is the best choice. I've got some here with the juice, because that juice with the tomatoes that's gonna release all that flavor. You wanna scrape it is just picking up all that flavor. We also can add just a hair of water. So all of a sudden it's like really coming together as this like delicious sauce. Great, now we're gonna add our chicken. And we're just gonna put both legs in the simmering sauce. All right, I'm gonna just nestle them in there. And then I wanna go ahead and take any of that extra marinade, just a little bit of it, make sure we get some of that in there. So now we have the chicken in the pot. We're gonna put this on high, bring it up to a boil, turn it to low, cover it, and let it simmer for about 20 to 30 minutes or until the meat starts to slightly pull away from the bone. So the chicken's been simmering for about 30 minutes. As you can see, it's starting to like come away from the bone a little bit right there. And so now I'm gonna just finish it with a little bit of heavy cream. And we add this at the very end because it would curdle if we added it earlier and it cooked for too long. So you just wanna stir it around a little bit. Just gonna add another layer of richness to the dish. So I've gone ahead and made some basmati rice. And now for our chicken. So tender. And then we'll get some of the sauce and all of these veggies. Yummy tomatoes and peppers. And then I'm gonna finish it with just a little cilantro. Wow, and it's all ready, methi chicken.